welcome to the For Fun of Knit podcast. My name is Linda and I'm known as Nena Knits on Ravelry and Instagram. And this is a podcast all about sharing my adventures and misadventures in knitting. No social commentary here, no political opinions. This is just a space for the love of fiber and all things yarny. So welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much. If this is your first podcast or view of my little YouTube channel, this is not how I normally look. I am made up because in a couple hours I'm going to join the Fiber Hustle bingo game, and dressing up was encouraged. Now, Halloween is not my big holiday or my big event, but I thought given that I was participating in this bingo, I should at least try and have some sort of Halloween festivity. I love all the fun parts of Halloween, namely the chocolate. But I love all the goofy parts of Halloween, all the pumpkins and all that kind of stuff, and all the cartoons. Not so much into the creepy Halloween. But that said, why am I with a skull face on, or skull candy face? Because really it reminds me of, and probably is somewhat of a tradition for la Dia de los Muertos. I hope I said that right. The Day of the Dead, which is a celebration celebrating the life of those who have passed. And it is starting on Monday. It's the November 1st and 2nd. So everybody paints up their faces and pays their respects to those that they have lost along the way. And it's really quite a fun tradition. That said, I can't wait to wash this off. First of all, I don't wear a lot of makeup. If you see me on my podcast, I don't wear a lot of makeup. And then this to me is like, oh my goodness. And I could not get my head around painting my face white. So enough about the makeup. Hopefully no one is offended by, my little bit of Halloween sort of makeup at the moment. Like I said, this is not what I'll look like. I will post a picture. So for those of you who've never met me, you'll know what I really look like. But I thought it was kind of fitting as we talk about where I am with the Stephen West Knit Along 2021, the Shawlography shawl. This is the beauty. And this is what got me started with El Dia de los Muertos, La Dia de los Muertos, was just the way the colors that I have chosen are playing together really does speak to me of that celebration. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about the shawl. So here are my 5 colors. So this was my dark, medium, and light, which we needed. And here were my 2 pops of colors, as you know. And so what I ended up doing is the speckle is my color A, the black is my color B, the raspberry is my color C, gray is D, and the cream is E. And so notice I have nicely recaked them because they were falling all over the place. But that said, so let's talk a little bit about the shawl. We had a lot of fun in the last podcast debating what to do with clue 3. Well, I'm finished clue 3. Yay! And I have to say clue 3 was really nowhere near the amount of knitting as clue 2. Clue 4 is out. I've read it. You've probably seen it. If you have not done this shawl, I should have said this earlier on, fast forward, or actually don't even watch this video because it's just about a quick update on this shawl. But I want to go through the different sections, but I also wanted to tell you what I liked and what I haven't liked so far about either the pattern or my yarn choices. And then I also want to show you what I ended up doing for section 3. There was quite the debate between whether or not I should do the mesh or the brioche, and then a lot of great suggestions around the brioche in terms of, if you're worried that it might be too dark, put your speckle as the front color and your black as the back color. So I will share with you what I have done. So Drum roll. Drum roll, here we go. Section 1, section 2, section 3, and then I did the brioche. Can you see that? I did the brioche. Trust in Stephen West. I did the brioche exactly as he suggested, with the colorways that he suggested. And so that is how my brioche has turned out. And then there's this crisscross mesh at the bottom, which is in the raspberry color. So it is stunning. It is so much fun. It is gorgeous. I hope you can see this. But yes, right now it's all scrunched up on a short cord. It's probably only I don't know what this is, probably a 40-inch cord. So it's going to, when I hang it out, it will, and block it out, it will be, you'll see all those specks and pops of color, which I'm so excited about. Now again, if you haven't read Clue 4 or watched the video, please tune out now, because I'm going to share that part 4 is the finale. So this is a little bit of a smaller shawl compared to some of the ones he's done in the past. At least it's seeming that way, which is not a bad thing, because that was a lot of knitting no matter what. Not a bad thing. But the next section is the last section, and you're doing two things at the same time. You're creating a border and you're doing an I-cord bind off as you go along. And what it is stripes. So horizontal stripes going just all along, rotating the 5 colors. So I can start with whatever color I want and then just repeat the pattern all the way along. And then as you go through, your I-cord binding off as you go through. So by the time you get to the last stripe, you just have to do one edging of I-cording and you're done. So it sounds easy. It's not a difficult process. His video is very, very clear. But oh my gosh, is it going to be a lot of knitting. And today is Saturday the 30th. I haven't even started. I'm going to start tomorrow. Might start tonight. But I still want to finish. You know, obviously it's not going to be in time for La Dia de los Muertos, but hey, it's still stunning. It's still lovely. So I'm absolutely loving it. So what did I like about this shawl, and what challenges did I have? So first of all, the pattern's perfect. I'm just going to say it. The pattern is absolutely perfect. It has so much variety in it. I didn't get bored at any point. To this point, I have not gotten bored. I love the different textures. You've got just this ribbing with the background colors. You've got this top stitch in triangles, and you're changing colors at the same time. You've got the I-cord loops everybody's been talking about, and there's actually holes, which makes a really nice visual. You've got this laddered slip stitch effect. You've got these marshmallow wedges. No, what do you call them? Welts. I call them marshmallows just because mine are cream. Then you have the triangle pattern, which again is a bit textured because it's garter. And then you have these popcorn pops or baubles. And then for me, I have brioche. My sister did the mesh. It looks fantastic. And so for all you mesh fans out there, excuse me, for all you mesh fans out there, totally understand why. And there was a lot of comments actually about how you haven't done brioche before, and so you thought, oh, maybe this would not be the right pattern. If you haven't started Clue 3 yet, try the brioche. Do try it if you're planning on or wanting to try it at some point. This is a very simplified version of brioche in terms of very minimal increases, nothing fancy. It's pretty straightforward, and Stephen West tutorials are very, very clear. So I would highly recommend that. So as far as the pattern goes, the one part of the pattern that I did not enjoy doing, I'm sorry, there had to be something, was the crisscrosses. So I will keep note of that if there's that in the pattern again. A lot of wrapping and wrapping and wrapping and wrapping and wrapping. So this is only 2 rows of knitting, believe it or not. That's only 2 rows of knitting. One is the setup row where you're wrapping, 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 wrapping. And the last row is you're knitting and you're letting go all those wraps and knitting them. It takes a long time. Believe it or not, those 2 rows took quite an amount of time. So that part I didn't enjoy very much. I love the effect, well worth it, but I didn't really like the process of doing the crisscross. The stripes, I don't think are going to be a problem. It's just you get motivated because you're changing colors regularly. And I don't know what color I'm going to start with, and we're not having a contest about that. We're not having a contest about which color. But I have over 60, just about 63 or 65 grams left of color A, D, and E. A, D, and E. I have 50 grams of color C and only 42 grams of color B. And that makes sense. You know, these are all 100-gram skeins. So that's how much, actually this one was an already used skein and it only had 90 grams. And now I have 50 grams left. And for the stripes on the border, you need to have a minimum of 25, I think he said 25 grams per color. And I've got double that. So because I have double that, I might, instead of going all 5 colors, all 5 colors, all 5 colors, I might do 2 colors, this one, 2 colors, this one, 2 colors, this one. So I get a lot more speckle in my stripes. I think that might be something that I want to do versus having too much black. I'm not too sure. So I'll see how it goes. I have enough yarn, doesn't matter which way I decide to do it, I have enough yarn for the whole thing. So I am looking forward to seeing how that, oh my goodness, there's a wasp in my room. Hang on 2 seconds. He's not a happy camper. I'll be right back. I'm back. We have saved me and the dog from the nasty wasp. A wasp in late October, wow. That guy's hanging on. Anyway, because my window's open, it's a beautiful day. So happy, happy, happy that I am progressing on my shawl. What else did I want to say about it? Okay, so the pattern, love the pattern. Is there anything I would do differently? Yes, I would have replaced this yarn. This is Black Cat Custom Yarns Everyday Sock, which is a very, very nice and squishy, but it's not soft. It's not as soft as I would like it. It's not prickly, and as far as the sock yarn goes, it's awesome, but it just is a little bit more dense than all the other yarns that I chose. So the other yarns are just a little bit finer, even though they're all fingering weight, they're a little bit finer and a little drapier. They're all plied yarns, but super squishy soft. This one just seems to have a little bit more work boots feel to it. So great, I would highly recommend this yarn, but maybe not for a shawl going forward. What else would I do differently in this shawl? I don't think I would do anything differently. That was the only thing. Can I think of anything? I probably would make sure that I wasn't knitting anything else in the month of October if there's a mystery, like a knit along with Stephen West, just because there is so much knitting. And I wanted to get some other things done at the same time. So I failed kind of at the other things. I will do a kickoff to November podcast. So kickoff to Christmas knitting podcast in the next couple of days. But yeah, this sort of took over pretty much my life for the month of October. So that's all I would say about this. Anyway, so now let's just finish off. We're not going to have any giveaway this time. Am I having a giveaway? No, we're not going to have a giveaway this video. We'll have a giveaway the next video. However, I am going to now select the winner from the comments, and we're going to do exactly like we did last time. So where's my yarn? We are giving away the Cozy Knitter skein in Ghoulish. I think it's called Ghoulish on the Bliss base. So this is the giveaway gift, And here is the video loaded. We had 135 individual comments. I didn't answer any of them because I don't like to get that all mucked up when I'm trying to do giveaways. But here we go. I'm going to push the start button and you will see, probably before me, who the winner is. I can't read that. Sorry, don't have my glasses on. So that is the winner. The winner is Victoria Northfield. Wonderful. She says she had the same dilemma. She hasn't done brioche before, but was prepared to give it a go. The mesh was too light when compared with the rest of the shawl, so she went with brioche. Wonderful. Well, Victoria Northfield, please DM me on either Instagram under Nena Knits. Don't you love this outfit with the glasses? Victoria, DM me either on Instagram or email me at nenaknits@gmail.com and send me your address and I will get the yarn out to you as soon as possible. Anyway, folks, that is it for me for today. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful and safe Halloween. Have fun with Halloween. And if you want to avoid the whole thing, I don't blame you. Sometimes you just want to get in your car and go out for dinner and miss all the firecrackers and all that kind of stuff. But I love all the little kids. No, I will not be wearing this in front of children. But I love all the little kids. And so I always have my witch's hat and I have all my pumpkins out and everything. And I'm very excited to have them come this year. I kind of missed it last year. So on that note, take care, everyone. We'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.